Hey friends, as I've been guesting on a lot of podcasts lately, something came to mind and I wanted to share it with you, which is basically the message of don't just listen to me. Don't just listen to anybody, no matter what their credentials are, if they're a guru, if they've helped thousands of people. And the reason why I say this is because while I've been on podcast episodes and sharing information, I realize that I'm often speaking in very general terms. And when it comes to health and wellness, you are the expert to what's going on in your body and how you feel in that body. And so when anybody is talking about health and wellness and talking about their method, it's very contextual. So we might make a statement that's very general but doesn't really apply to you, but we couldn't know that. And it's not a fault of the person sharing the information. The reality is we only have a certain amount of time to share what we know, and it's hard to add all the caveats and the nuances. And also, we believe, a lot of us in functional medicine believe that everything is bio-individual, meaning that your biochemistry is unique. And so the context is also, where are you in your journey? Are you more advanced or are you just a beginner? Where are you with your nervous system regulation? Are you really stressed out? Because when you're stressed out, certain things that are supposed to be health giving will make you feel worse. An example is, intermittent fasting, 3-day fasting, that might be good for somebody who's advanced and maybe not even then. So the other thing is, cold plunges and jumping into a tub of ice. If your nervous system isn't ready for it, it's going to make you feel worse. And then you're going to think it's your fault. So context really matters. And so this really means that when you're listening to information on the internet through influencers, or just on any kind of like platform, then consider where you come from, where you are in your journey. Are these people speaking to beginners or more advanced people? I guess that's something else that could be helpful also to think about. Is this person somebody who understands your personal lived experience? I speak to midlife women and caregivers, people who have dealt with extreme burnout. So those people who are in the same situation, if you're in the same situation, then I likely have a better understanding of where you're coming from, and maybe we'll have more of an awareness of what context, because I've been through it myself. I'm in it. But then if you are an athlete, which I am not, like one of those hardcore people who've always, gone to the umpteenth level and is super into like bodybuilding or, CrossFit or, those kinds of things, then I'm not the girl for you. So find somebody you can relate to who has had experiences that are very similar to what you've been going through. And even then, like, listen to what they have to say, see who they're speaking to. Is it somebody who is a beginner or somebody who is more advanced? And I would also always like to say, test and see what's going on. That's why I like to use the hair tissue and mineral analysis, because then I get to talk to you. I get to get an intake form to find out what your history is, emotionally and physiologically, because both matter, and then also begin to look at labs so that your biology, your biochemistry is able to share what you've been going through and where you are in terms of even your ability to be able to adapt and start any kind of new routine or program or recommendation. And so I hope this is helpful. You are your own best self healer. You know your body best. It's just about listening to your body and be your N of one, which is, in research, you're the only test subject that matters for yourself. Research, studies, averages that people talk about, they don't apply to you. You are a unique human being. And it's also about your capacity in terms of whether or not this is something you can fit into your lifestyle. What will work for you? What is something sustainable? And all these things matter more than just some soundbite or some piece of advice that anybody is putting out there. Something else you can do is, if you believe in the person who's speaking to you, whatever the platform is, dig a little bit deeper, have a conversation with them. Most practitioners have an opportunity to be able to have you reach out and actually have a conversation. You can find that for me on my website, to be able to have a conversation and talk a little bit more if anything I've said has sparked your interest and feels like it might be the right thing for you. But at the end of the day, it's all about what makes sense for you, where you are in your journey, and also getting more data points, what's going on with your biochemistry. And that involves labs, but it doesn't have to be complicated. For example, I used to run 5 different labs to see what's going on with a person's health and well-being, but now I really just care about the mind body connection, what's going on with your nervous system, what's going on with your energy production. And then together we co create something based on your awareness, your lifestyle, your capacity, what feels like something that you're able to accomplish to reach your health goals. So it's really customized. And I think that's at the core of what I'm talking about here, that the information that you hear out in social media or anywhere in books based on, an expert's advice about their experience is really broad, and it's not customized, and it's not specific to you. So I hope that's helpful. Reach out if you have any questions and you've been listening to what I've been talking about and want to make sure if this is the right process for you and, yeah, to your health and well-being. Thanks for listening. I hope this was helpful. And if you think this is something that somebody else could hear and benefit from, please do share. And please also subscribe to this channel so we can keep in touch and continue with these kinds of discussions. All right. Cheers. Have a great day. Bye.